With everyone counting hours till the kickoff of the 8th and final season of HBO's iconic series, Game of Thrones, the time is ripe to plan a trip to Westeros and all its kingdoms. Over the last 7 seasons, the fantasy show has not only created a buzz because of its twisted, death-at-every-corner plot, but also the picturesque locations it has featured throughout: the winding staircase that leads to Daenerys Targaryen's home, the scene where Jon Snow and Ygritte's love story takes place, the street Cersei Lannister passes through for her Walk of Atonement, and even the location of the second season's Battle of Blackwater Bay, all exist in real life for you to visit, should you so desire. From Winterfell to Dragonstone, or should we say Northern Ireland to the Itzeran Beach in Spain, we tell you how to plan your next vacation around some of the most panoramic locations and take a dragon ride down memory lane. Croatia. If your vacation fantasies feature sapphire waters in the shades of ancient walled towns, Croatia is the place to be. The fact that it has been featured multiple times in the much-loved TV series says it all. Image, Shutterstock. The King's Landing. The hub for many of the scenes in the popular TV series, Dubrovnik, Croatia, is home to King's Landing and the coveted Iron Throne. The seaside castle town is encircled with stone walls that take you around the entire city in 2 hours, offering a view of the Old Town and Adriatic Sea. If you remember the ship carrying Marcella's body en route to King's Landing in Season 6, you wouldn't want to miss these city walls. The highlight of the 2-hour walk, however, is climbing the Minster Tower or the mysterious House of the Undying, where Daenerys is forced to go to rescue her dragons. The Red Keep, located just outside Dubrovnik, is the Lovregenic Fort, or as we call it, the Red Keep. Fun fact, at the entrance is an ancient inscription that translates to, "Liberty is not sold for all the gold in the world." Looks like the Lannister approach might not pay off here after all. Set on a 37 meters high rock on the shore, the heart of King's Landing makes for the perfect summer getaway. Iceland. The massive glaciers of Iceland are made for the big screen. And in the HBO series, many of the scenes filmed north of the wall are shot here. Image, Shutterstock. Beyond the wall in northeast Iceland, Dimmuborgir is a lava field with unusually shaped rocks. Meanwhile in Westeros, it's where the king beyond the wall, Mance Rayder, set up camp. When in Iceland, you can't miss the chance to hike through this landscape, featuring everything from dramatic caves to remnants of an ancient collapsed citadel. One of Iceland's most popular natural tourist attractions, this one's a definite must-visit. Arrowhead. Not far from the capital city of Reykjavik is Kirkjufell, where Jon Snow arrived right before he battled the Night King with his men. It's also the mountain where Bran Stark took a peek into the past and saw the Children of the Forest creating the Night King. In other words, the distinctly shaped peak on the north shore of Iceland's Snæfellsnes Peninsula is the birthplace of White Walkers. With the perfect coastal location, it's also the most photographed mountain in Iceland. While there is a fairly steep trail to the top of Kirkjufell, you can also find a lake at its base that reflects a flawless mirror image of the mountain. The colors here change with passing seasons, with summer seeing it under a lush green, full of life foliage, making it an ideal vacation spot for a visit with friends. Northern Ireland. Any Game of Thrones fan itching to see where most of Westeros was filmed needs to visit Northern Ireland. While some interior shots were conjured up in Belfast's Titanic Studios, the outdoor Irish locations included golden sand beaches and cliffs spilling down to the sea. One of the greatest attractions of the country, the Titanic Museum, is where the bulk of the action happens. Venture down the road to see the sound stages. Chances are you'll find your favorite character hanging out at the pub here too. Image, Shutterstock. The Dragonstone exterior. The Dragonstone ramparts are Castle Rock's Mussenden Temple, a classical round monument that stands on top of a cliff overlooking the northern Irish coast. Remember Melisandre burning the old gods by night? Or Stannis Baratheon drawing a flaming sword from the flames? That all happened right here. Originally a seaside village with apartment blocks, caravan sites and a golf club, Castle Rock is a famous destination among summer tourists, and serves as the perfect spot to gather up your beach essentials and give it a visit. Lordsport Ballantoy Bay is the real-world location of Lordsport, the main port of Pike in the Iron Islands. This tiny fishing village and its harbour are one of the most photogenic locations in Northern Ireland. No wonder the Game of Thrones production team also chose it as the setting for Theon Greyjoy's unceremonious return to the Iron Islands in Season 2. But unlike the harsh world of Pike, you can sit down at the Harbour Cafe here with a scone and a cup of tea and peacefully enjoy the view. King's Road. The dark hedges in Northern Ireland have played a major role in the Game of Thrones story, serving as the setting for the King's Road. Plus, it's also one of the first Game of Thrones locations that became popular on social media. The area that surrounds has been used to film Winterfell, Castle Black and the Stark family war encampment, a must-see for any fan. Spain. With its iconic architecture, sandy beaches and a striking scenery, Spain has a country more diverse than we ever imagined. More importantly, it's home to some of the most iconic locations in the Game of Thrones universe. Image, Shutterstock. Bravos. About an hour north of Barcelona, Girona is the setting for Old Town in the Free City of Bravos. It's home to the Citadel where all the maesters of the Seven Kingdoms receive their training, and Arya spent time on the streets, escaping the wave. Spend a day or two in the town before you make your way to the Girona Cathedral to check out the set for the Great Sept of Baelor. Dragonstone. When Daenerys finally returned home to Dragonstone in Season 7, she knelt down on the sandy beaches and reflected on how far she came. In the real world, this scene occurred at the Itzeran beach in Spain, which beside a seaside town called Zumaya. The snaking staircase that leads to the island is in Basque Country, at a distance of about an hour. The best way to take in the natural beauty is to tackle the Flush Route, a coastal walking trail that'll ensure a peaceful journey as you soak in the summer sun. Scotland. The Blood and Betrayal series introduces parts of Scotland pretty early in the game. A summer getaway here will be reminiscent of the simpler times in HBO series. Image, Shutterstock. Winterfell. Scenes up north in Winterfell, the rightful home of the Starks, are shot at the Dune Castle in Scotland. Remember when little Bran saw something he shouldn't have and fell out of one of the windows? That happened here. When HBO isn't filming at the location, the 14th century castle sees thousands of visitors each year, and features largely empty ancient rooms and halls, allowing you to live the very first appearance of Winterfell on the show. The best part? It's only a short bus ride away from Edinburgh. Also read, Emilia Clarke suffered brain hemorrhages while filming Game of Thrones. The Game of Thrones costume designer claps back at Kit Harington. The Game of Thrones prequel cast has a surprise for Harry Potter fans.